Hello, Brubs. We're back with 6 lessons in crystal gazing, a complete course of instruction for the beginner by Dr. Mayne. I've actually found out that there's 7. I just took a peek ahead. There's actually 7, as you'll see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No, actually, that isn't it. The catalog of goods. Lesson 7 is right there. See? I don't know. Maybe they added it after the fact. Anyway, on to lesson 3. Visualization. Progressing in the natural sequence of events, our next step in the study of crystal gazing is visualization, or the ability to see visions, whether real or imaginary. In our previous lesson, concentration was the topic. This lesson deals with the concentrated thought, employing our sense of imagination, creating a vision which we can see in our own mind's eye. It is called vision. Vision has been in existence since the creation of man. Back in the Stone Age, when the development of the mind was in its inception, and when human being bound rocks, I guess it means human beings and not human being, bound rocks to the end of sticks with rushes, even before the making of this crude weapon, before its existence became a reality, everything in this world outside the basic element of the world was first a vision, then a reality. The architect visualizes his plans, sees in his mind's eye the complete structure. The inventor, the engineer, the chemist, the businessman, the housewife, and the child all visualize the goal they are seeking. Perhaps a better term would be imagination. The housewife plans the evening meal, and immediately a vision arises in her mind just what the table will look like, what it will contain, and even the sense of smell enters her mind. Had she been unable to picture this thought, the thought could not have been created. This illustration establishes the fact that thoughts are visions in our mind's eyes, and visions are a result of thoughts acting instantaneously. Ask your imagination something, and your imagination will answer. Nothing can be imagined without a reply. There is no positive without a negative. Speculate on what tomorrow or a year will bring forth, what the result of a conquest or business venture will be, and automatically the mind answers. You may develop the power of visualization. I know one thing that I can't visualize is me saying visualization correct one time here. You may develop the power of visualization or imagination, if you prefer to call it that, by the aid of gazing crystal. Retire to a quiet room and practice a few of these simple imagination exercises as follows. Ask yourself a question such as, what did Jack, the giant killer, look like? Was Cinderella tall or small and slender? In what kind of house did Mother Goose live? To answer such questions with mental pictures, the mind must resort to memory of having seen pictures resembling the same, and recall it to you in that manner from memory, or call upon the imagination to construct a picture. Such questions as these should bring to your mind's eye an immediate answer in the form of a mental picture of the person or structure in question, and if they do not do so, you may be reassured that your power of visualization is not good and will have to be developed before you can obtain clear crystal visions. If your imagination cannot promptly conjure up mental pictures to answer your questions, concentrate the mind upon the answer, and the answer will come. These exercises will create the power of visualization. They may be conducted without the aid of a crystal, but a crystal or some point of focus for the eye is suggested. The crystal is recommended because of the perfect shape and absolute clearness, there being no disturbing shadows or reflections present. Let it be understood here that nothing is ever actually seen in the crystal or gazing ball. It acts merely as a resting place for the vision, a point of focus where the mind, thought force, and eyes meet. Thus, vision is produced in the mind's eye. The crystal has no magic power, no true mystery. Results are obtained many times by using a glass of clear water, and such exercises are recommended to those who are interested, but first wish to test their powers before purchasing a crystal. This is hardly a fair trial, as the best aid crystal should be used, as the student will naturally be less proficient in his knowledge and effort to obtain visions. Vessels of water, etc., are usually used by advanced students, the conclusion being that visions can be more easily obtained with crystals than other objects. Professional crystals can be obtained at low cost, and everyone should test his or her powers. Who knows what the small sum may bring back in a few days after getting your crystal? Whether or not you will be able to secure hallucinatory visions, the influence exerted through the crystal will many, many times pay you for the small investment. See publisher's catalog for prices. Visions produced by looking or gazing into a crystal ball are usually divided by science and into 5 general classes, such as follows. 1. Visions produced by imagination. These visions are common and general as dreams with which they are compared. They might be better termed meaningless daydreams. However, this form of daydreaming is very beneficial, providing the student harbors constructive and ambitious thoughts only. Destructive thoughts should be vanished without consideration. Remember, positive thoughts attract success, and nothing succeeds like success. Think, dream, and visualize success for success. 2. Visions produced by forgotten events recalled from the memory. This is the establishment of a connection between the subconscious and conscious mind created through concentration of the mind upon the crystal. This form of vision is a great memory builder and strengthens your mental facilities. Visions of this type, whether directly sought or not, should be welcomed by the scryer with full knowledge and appreciation of the fact that he is building mind power. 3. Visions produced by past occurrences, of which the gazer has no apparent knowledge. These occurrences are oftentimes of little consequence and have not been deeply impressed upon the mind when registered. A connection between the two minds is established to a certain extent, but not permitting the student to recall the event. This is known as a loss of memory, and why these visions occur is not known. 4. Visions produced by present events of which the gazer has knowledge of. Hundreds of authentic instances have been recorded. These visions are explained by many as thought transmissions or mental telepathy. Others describe them as spirit messages. Examples of these visions are very common, as possessed by many. Hunches are merely this type of vision, induced through other agencies than the crystal. Visions of this type usually contain a message of some importance and should be remembered by the scryer. If the full meaning cannot be determined at the time of the scrying, messages of this kind are often warnings, and by giving them the proper consideration, much difficulty and trouble may be avoided. 5. Visions seen in the crystal foretelling future events and general predictions of the future. Visions of this type are numerous, contrary to the thoughts of the average layman. These visions and scenes, however, are often so numerous and diversified, often so mysterious and unaccountable that the average gazer might not recognize one of this type until the event transpired, when of course he instantly recalls the vision. Science has devoted much attention to this type of divination, and an abundance of authentic cases have been recorded, verifying the actual existence of such visions. We have only to refer to the history of crystal gazing to establish the fact that divination of the future is possible, for this science is as old as man, and no false science could exist over that period of years. There are no set rules for the meaning or interpretation of the various visions. Usually, an understanding of the picture accompanying the vision and its And it is important that the student clarify the visions in of the above classes to define it. On various occasions, messages have appeared in writing in the crystal conveying the information. Just how to obtain the various kinds of visions will be our topic in the next lessons. How to crystal gaze. There it is, lesson 4, how to crystal gaze. Goodbye, bruv. Good boy.